Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, 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 hey. Hello, foodie booties. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a slow Sunday. I've been, being productive, getting ready for my work week. While I do that, I like to just put on YouTube videos that I don't really plan on spending a whole lot of time focusing on. And today, I opted to put on my girl, Lifebyjen. Now, a long time ago on my channel, I gave a shout out to Lifebyjen at some point and said oh, she's a weight loss channel that's actually honest and actually doing what her doctor talks about and this, that, the other. And then a month later or a couple weeks later or some moment later, homegirl blatantly in a video talked about how she was disregarding all of the advice from her doctor, and I got really frustrated with her, and I still watched her, I still kept her, I stay subscribed, and it seems like most recently she's really had her life together when it comes to being in charge of her binge eating disorder, being in charge of her diet, and taking care of herself and being honest with her viewers. And I support that. Do I think she's perfect? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think any YouTuber's perfect, honestly. But she seems more genuine to me than the likes of Foodie Booty, Amberlynn, etc. A couple weeks ago when I was real busy, didn't have time to cover the drama, Foodie Booty made a post or a comment on one of Jen's videos where Jen was shouting out different YouTubers, and Jen spent all of 2 seconds shouting out Charlie Gold on her channel and about how she enjoyed watching her videos and how Charlie Gold was somebody that a lot of her subscribers said deserved a shout out. Chantal lost it, and long story short, if you don't want to go back and read all those receipts, long story short is that Chantal was sis, if you support Charlie Gold, you can't support me, and I don't support you, so you no longer get my support. If you want to see the actual receipts, I'm gonna link my friend LyfeOfaFreeSpirit down below. She has a video that kind of outlines, at least within the first 2 minutes, she shows the receipts of the screenshots of all of Chantal's comments on Jen's channel and Jen's responses. And I think Jen also made a whole video about it, so I'll see if I can find that and also put that link down below. But what I want to talk about today is that I was listening to this Lifebyjen video while I was doing work around my apartment, and I was shook because Jen has always tried to remain fairly neutral, even in her response to Chantal being dramatic and saying I no longer support you. Jen was still pretty nice to Chantal and was whatever, I get it, you do you, boo. And today she put out this video about why she unsubscribed to Chantal, and I think that sis has a lot of good points, and I just want to talk about them, maybe open up a discussion, and y'all can let me know down below what your thoughts are. I am not gonna do Jen's whole video because it's 40 minutes, and sometimes although she's a sweet human, she rambles a lot. So I'm gonna take some clips and highlight what I think was important from her overall message.
But I unsubscribed today from Chantal, Big Beautiful Me, Foodie Beauty, all the above. As you guys know, in the past, from the video that I put out, I'm sure you guys all know about that, the parting of the ways that she could no longer support me because I support Charlie Gold. But I didn't unsubscribe from her because, I don't know why, because I just felt that I wanted to, I don't know. There's absolutely no reason. I don't know why I didn't unsubscribe from her. I'm not mad at her. I don't hate her. So I didn't really feel a need to unsubscribe because I wasn't feeling a strong emotion towards that. But today I did, because today she triggered me. Today I felt confused by her content. I felt that I could no longer support her.
So, like I said, and as you just saw, she unsubbed from Chantal, and I am curious why now all of a sudden, the things that she goes on to get ready to describe and that I'm gonna show you, these are not new things from Chantal, but I think Jen finally hit her breaking point of sis, this is ridiculous. You are ridiculous and your behavior is triggering me, and the things that I recognize as bad behaviors in myself previously from my binge eating disorder. And so I think that, like, I don't know, Jen just snapped and she said, no, not today, sis. Not today, ma'am. Not today, sister, brother. Not at all.
We all know that Chantal is on her body positivity movement, which is fine. I know in the past I've commented on the body positivity movement. I don't think that body positivity itself is a bad thing in the right circumstances. But in my opinion, her whole stance on body positivity is not what the body positivity movement is all about. She is using the body positivity as an excuse to binge, to eat whatever she wants, and to continue an unhealthy behavior and an unhealthy lifestyle.
So Jim brings up a good point about Chantal's use of the body positivity movement, and I've talked a little bit about the body positivity movement, community, etc. on my channel before, and I really think that, like, body positivity as a whole is not a bad thing. There are all types of bodies in our world. Some big, some small, some bodies that are disabled, some able-bodied. There are a lot of different types of bodies, and I think, like, for better or worse, it's a good thing to be comfortable in the body that you have. That doesn't mean that you necessarily, shouldn't want to strive to make your body healthy. Like, we do have one body, and it is our vessel until we die. I know that Amber Lynn says that everybody's dying. But at the end of the day, like, we have some control over taking care of ourselves and our bodies, and I do think that that's correlated to our own confidence, happiness, etc. I don't think, though, that that means that just because I'm fat or I have a tummy or I'm short, I'm tall, whatever it is, that I shouldn't also be able to feel confident in my body and feel good about myself and my body. Like, I think that there is a line there. Jen makes a good point that Chantal is utilizing a movement that could be really positive in terms of, like, getting people to feel confident about themselves. And she's using it as an excuse to go on camera and binge eat and really trash her body and, like, take part in, like, really unhealthy behaviors. I don't know even that most people in the body positivity community, and I could be wrong because I don't know that I identify with that community or that I've, like, heavily been a part of it, but I don't think most people in there would say, like, yes, do all of these things that are scientifically and medically proven to ruin and decline your health. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could be wrong. Please feel free to correct me down below. But it does feel like Chantal has engaged with this community as a reason to go on camera, because as soon as she started talking about body positivity, she left behind any other type of video, and it's purely been like, let me sit in my car or let me sit at this table and eat as much food on camera as possible, and then also tell you, like, really cringy stories about my life. I think the biggest point that Jen makes about Chantal's behavior is related to Chantal's binge eating disorder.
Chantal released, I think, 3 mukbangs, whatever you want to call them, within, I think, a 24-hour period or a 36-hour period. It's a very short amount of time. Like I said, I'm not against anybody doing them, and it has nothing to do with someone's weight. If somebody is overweight and does them, that's completely fine. But this is coming from somebody who spent months and months and months and put out multiple videos talking about how she was a binge addict, how she was diagnosed as a binge addict by a doctor, a psychiatrist, and how she was seeking treatment for this addiction and this binge eating disorder that she has. So being someone who is admittedly is a binge eater, who is addicted to food, watching them come on camera and using the food and practicing their addiction, I feel is a form of self-harm. If we continue to watch her do this activity, and I'm not trying to tell everybody to stop watching her, that's not what this is about, but this is, for me, the reason why I stopped watching, is because I don't want to witness somebody harming themselves. Okay for somebody who has said that they were an alcoholic to go to their channel and watch them binge drink and think it's okay? It's the same thing watching her sit in her car and shovel large amounts of food into her mouth. It's not okay.
So like Jen says, Chantal has gone on camera multiple times to talk about having a binge eating disorder and being diagnosed with it by both doctors and psychiatrists and therapists, etc. And I do think that binge eating disorder is a legitimate disorder. And I think for somebody to claim that they have that and then go on camera and just completely demonstrate all of that like unhealthy, disordered behavior is not a good look. It's not good. I think Jen also raises some good points about like, would we be supporting somebody who is a diagnosed, self-proclaimed alcoholic go on camera and like take 12 shots of whiskey? We probably wouldn't. We probably wouldn't support that. And it's funny because in the early days of reacting to both Chantal and Amberlynn, they always wanted to make comparisons of their binge eating disorder to alcoholism or being addicted to heroin and other drugs. And, you know, I think that there are probably some level of connections. I also think that those are completely separate things as well, right? And I also think that all of those things are things that you, if you know that you have them, can choose to seek out help for. And it's clear, at least in Chantal's case, that she's not seeking out help for those things and that she is actively indulging in behaviors that one would attribute to a binge eating disorder. And so it's scary that this is a thing that's happening on YouTube right now, and not just with Chantal or even Amberlynn, but like I don't talk a lot about Hungry Fat Chick because I don't think her content is that riveting, but Michael B. Petty tweeted today about her, and let me read it specifically to you. He said, "Hungry Fat Chick may be a lovely person, but I do not see the difference between this and someone doing excessive amounts of drugs or drinking tons of alcohol on camera for money. It's gross." And he included a picture of her thumbnail with her most recent video, and it says 6,000 calorie, massive Popeyes cheat day mukbang. That plus Jen's comments today in her video, and a question that I got during my Reddit AMA, which was, I'm paraphrasing because I don't have this readily available to pull up, but it was something along the lines of like, do you think that YouTube has a responsibility to take control and demonetize, remove, etc. content from people like Amberlynn and Chantal and I guess Hungry Fat Chick, where they are clearly practicing like self-harming behaviors? And at the time I was like, I don't know, because honestly, YouTube has been wildly inconsistent on all of their policies about like what is allowed on YouTube and what's not allowed on YouTube. And there's been things that I would say are like clearly not great, hate speech filled things that like continue to be on YouTube. And so like to me it's not surprising that YouTube has not approached the mukbang community and been like, y'all need to get your life together and make your content family friendly. I also think it's possible that there are many mukbangers out there who are not binge eaters, who aren't being diagnosed with binge eating disorder, etc., that are probably not out here triggering folks either. And I think that that's the problem with people like Amberlynn and Chantal, and I'm a little less familiar with Hungry Fat Chick's story, but like at least for Chantal and Amberlynn, they're both folks who have admitted that they have binge eating disorders, or have tried to say that they were diagnosed with a binge eating disorder, and yet they continue to engage in this unhealthy behavior online. So I don't know, like it makes sense that YouTube hasn't done anything about it. I don't know if they should or shouldn't, but I have a feeling that YouTube, like Michael B. Petty said, like I don't think YouTube would be allowing people to come on camera and like shoot up heroin, right? And like I even can think about Justine Kicking Geese on her like vlog channel. she frequently avoids talking about like marijuana, for instance, because she's worried about getting demonetized, but that's something she actually uses as like medication. That's, I guess, why I'm saying this whole algorithm process, etc., for monetization, demonetizing, removing channels from YouTube, keeping channels up on YouTube. It's broken. It's broken. So personally, I don't see anything changing anytime soon with the mukbang channels, with Chantal's channel, with Amber Lynn's channel, etc. I think it's going to continue to be allowed. But I don't know if that means that I think it should. So let me know down below what your thoughts are. I'm genuinely curious what other people think about this, although I have a feeling a lot of people are going to say that like they think that both of the channels should be removed. I don't know, I'm just curious what you all might think. I hope you all enjoyed this video today. If you did, please make sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I go live or I post a new video. Also, make sure to leave me some comments down below, hit the like button, and as always, you can follow me on any of my social media. I had a lot of fun with you all today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!